Hey everybody, I'm your host Andy, a guy who was forced to come, and this is PodSquad, a show about how teens think. Today's topic is international schools versus public schools. Let's get into the intro. Welcome, Tâm to the show.
Hi, my name is Tâm An, or people mostly call me Katie for convenience. I'm a rising senior at Trần Đại Nghĩa High School for the Gifted.
Yep.
I'm currently an English major, and yeah, I'm super happy to be on the show.
Yeah. So I heard you have went to the WSC, the World Scholars Cup, which is like a debating event. How'd you find it?
Yeah, I went to the Tournaments of Champions in 8th grade. It was at Yale University.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun debating.
Yeah.
There was also writing and like tests where they test your knowledge on different subjects and stuff.
Can you tell me more about like the Dear Asian Youth project that you've had?
Okay, I'd be happy to. I'm super happy about it. Okay. Yeah. So I founded Dear Asian Youth Saigon in 2020.
Okay.
It is a sub branch of the Dear Asian Youth organization. So it's basically like a organization where we talk about Vietnamese culture and we also raise awareness about like Asian activism, and we are hosting an event. We are hosting a photography exhibition. It's on the 19th of August.
Yeah.
You have to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as an icebreaker, let's start by writing down a stereotype you think that is true for international school students. And then I'll write down a stereotype that I think is true for public school students.
That sounds terrifying, but okay, we'll try.
Okay, so on the count of 3, we're both gonna raise our papers to the camera.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, sorry.
So what I wrote was all public school students are extremely hard workers, and what I think about this is that as a child I was told by my mom like public school students like have a more rough environment that they grow up in. So that means that they have to work extremely hard to like get out of, I don't know, poverty or something like that.
I mean, like the rough thing is a bit like in my opinion it's a bit condescending, because like some public school kids are like filthy rich, but they just don't enjoy like the environment in international school, so they just don't go to an international school. Like a lot of my friends are like pretty rich people, because like they go to the US, they go to like other countries to study, so it's some of them are rich, but then of course like there is also a faction of them that are like I guess not very comfortable. But like I wrote all of international school kids are rich. Is that true? I feel like that's true. I don't know.
So like I think that's mostly true, but some kids I think are talented enough that the schools bring them to like their own school, like scholarships and stuff like that. So like some of my friends are less fortunate, I think I should say, but then like they're smart enough that they go into a great environment where like they can learn pretty well.
Well, I mean, I don't think your school offered like that much scholarships. I think like SSIS offers like a full tuition. Yeah. So moving on to the next subject, what I have here is like I don't know what entrance exams really are. I heard it's a big thing in your school, but then like we international school kids normally don't have an entrance exam, and like we don't stay in our grade either. Like I think like we move like every year. Well, for the school I go to, so Trần Đại Nghĩa High School, we have 2 entrance exams, one for the middle school, and then one it's the national one where you go to like high school. So it's pretty different. I think the one in middle school, it's mostly like math and English, like it just tests like how well you can think basically. I almost failed that one, so thank God I didn't, but I almost did. And the national like high school entrance exam is just like this thing where everyone just gathers around in like a school, and then you get tested on English, math, and literature, and also your major if you're like going to a specialized school, which is Trần Đại Nghĩa or Lê Hồng Phong. I think Phổ thông Năng Khiếu has like their own test.
Yeah.
It's just a different system. But yeah,
Okay.
if you have like a major where like I am specializing in English, then you have to take like a separate test for English for like that subject. So yeah, it's pretty tough.
So like which one do you think is like the hardest and why?
Well, I mean, I think like the toughest and like the most important is still the one where you go to university. So that one you have to be tested on 6 subjects if I'm not like mistaken. So the core 3, English, literature, and math, and then you can choose if you're doing humanities or like science. But yeah, that one in my opinion is the toughest.
Okay. So what's your opinion about like math and stuff? Is it hard for you or is it easy or?
It's so hard for me. Like, I swear, like I am the most stupid person when it comes to math.
Yeah.
Recently I've been really like studying calculus because it's required. Yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, there are obviously like some kids who are really good at math and like who actually enjoys doing math.
So like, how much studying time did you have to put in for things like entrance exams and stuff like that?
I mean, I got unlucky. I didn't take one because of COVID. Yeah. But I think a lot of students, like when they come from schools that are more local or more rural, like you have to put in so much time to actually like study enough to get a high score to get into the school that you want. I would say like 5-8 hours a day. Like I think there was once where I studied 8 hours a day for like an entrance exam for my school's national team. Yeah. And sometimes I even push it to like 10, 12. Like I would stay up all night doing it. It's pretty tough. Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about like studying times and learning times, how long is a school day for a student in TDN?
I think we start from 7:15 until 4:30, so it's quite a long school day, I think. You have 8 periods every day and like 2 breaks and a lunch. Yeah. Because
like for our school, we actually start really late, like 8:30, and then we end really early, like 3:15.
Well, lucky you. I mean, like I struggle to wake up like every morning for school.
But then like the thing is, we only have like around like 2 breaks. No, 1 break and a lunch, and then around like 5 periods a day. Is it the same for you, or is it like more classes?
I mean, it's not like divided on, well, it is technically divided on classes, but it's like this thing where you just kind of go with the periods that are laid out to you. Yeah. And like you have, I mean, since like there are more periods and there are more like time at school, then you also get more breaks and you also get to like nap at lunch. So that's pretty cool.
So like other than naps at lunch and stuff, what do normally students do? Like in international schools, we normally play sports, and like me and my friends play volleyball and stuff because like the court is set up. Is that like available to you, or like do you do other things like study or?
Oh no, we're not like people who study like 24/7. But some kids do play sports. We have like basketball hoops, even though it's really annoying, and like the school does kind of forbid some students to play like basketball during lunch and breaks and stuff because they can injure other students. But yeah, like we do a variety of things. Like of course sometimes you need to study, but then sometimes you play sports, or sometimes you chase your friend around or something. Yeah.
Can you like list a normal school day for you? How would it look like?
Okay, so I would wake up and then I go to school. Yeah. I try not to be late, but sometimes I am late. It just depends on like what class I have or what the timetable for like that day is like. But usually we have 2 periods in the morning and then a break, and then another 3 periods. And then we have lunch, which lasts for like an hour or 2, and then it's the same thing in the afternoon. So yeah.
So like a normal school day for like international school kids would probably be like, so I'm in the swim team, so like I have to wake up at like 6:05.
Oh my god.
But then class normally starts, no, not class, advisory, which is like a period, like a homeroom period, where like we meet with our teacher that we go to every morning, and like we do mindfulness, because like it's something, I guess it's something important that we consider in our school, just to like focus on the stuff we're learning and stuff like that. And then after that we start like period 1, and then we have a break, and then period 2, and then period 3, and then later a lunch break, which normally lasts like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because our school day is like pretty short compared to yours. Yeah, and then like 2 classes. So it's a pretty like full day, but then I enjoy it a lot because like I enjoy like spending time with my friends and stuff.
I mean, like the advisory thing is pretty cool. Like we don't get to have like a mindfulness session. It's mostly just studying. So you do mindfulness with your friends at break basically. So
does your school's timetable run on a 1 week, or like is it another type of system? Because like our school, it's really weird. Like we have a 2-week system, so it's like day A, B, C until like the end of the next week's Friday.
So you like switch
your
like, timetable every 2 weeks?
Yeah, because like we need to balance like, I don't know, like physical education, Vietnamese, like a lot of the subjects that we have at our school. Yeah.
Oh, actually, like, does your school ban Vietnamese, like, from speaking Vietnamese?
No, actually not. Like, a lot of kids actually use English more than Vietnamese. But then, like, in Vietnamese class, most kids still use Vietnamese to talk with their friends and stuff, which is still, like, a big thing in our school.
Yeah, because one of my friends go to APU, and I heard I heard they banned Vietnamese, speaking Vietnamese. But back to the timetable thing, so... I don't know like how often it changes. I just know it changes when it changes. But it's basically, I think it's like every half a semester and it will change. So our timetables are pretty static because we have to learn everything that's dictated to us, or like learn everything that's provided. So it's basically just the same class but different times. So
is there like a reason why it's like static like that? Because like our reason is because we switch. So at our school we have like rotations. It's like essentially where you learn different arts and designs. Like for example, at our school for art we have like food tech or music or drama, and then later for design there's like product design or like coding.
I mean, it's static because like the national curriculum, it's sort of like this static thing where you have to learn everything that it says. But I think like from my generation after, you get to switch, not switch, but choose your major, or like choose the, I don't know, the group of subjects that you want to learn. So I think there's like, you can choose between humanities or like sciences, and it's pretty cool now that it's like changing. But honestly, I wish it had been me.
Does your school have any like art or design?
I mean, we did like in the national curriculum, right? So we had music and we had art. But that's only like up until middle school. So I only studied art and music in middle school, and then after that it's just core subjects.
Because like I think like what international schools are getting to is like they want to help you figure out like what you like and stuff. That's why like we have art and like the normal academics like science and stuff. Other than that, like does your school normally use the books, like notebooks and the sách giáo khoa, or do they use like computers more?
No, we use mostly textbooks. Like I mean, my school is pretty open with this stuff. So we also use a lot of like electronics when we need to. And when college app like rolls around, then like everyone has their laptop with them typing away like college essays and in class sometimes. Because
like what we do in our school is that we focus more on writing, I guess, than like normal academics. Like we barely have any like normal tests.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, lucky you, but I mean, I feel like writing all the time would be sort of like exhausting. But yeah, we do focus more on like normal standardized tests, I guess, like multiple choice or calculations and all that. We don't really do essays unless it's literature, which you have to write an essay.
Okay. So for tutoring and extra learning at your school, do most kids do tutoring outside of school, or like do they like rest at home and stuff?
I mean, honestly, I can't name one single person who does not have some sort of like tutoring class. It's like when I was in middle school, I used to think of it as like something that's required, but now I think of it as just 3 hours with your friends and studying, like just reinforcing the knowledge that you learned in class. But yeah, like a lot of kids go to tutoring just because of the sheer like amount of memorization or like knowledge that you need to understand to do the tests.
So like it's true that most people think that like international school kids don't have like extra tutoring, because like only like I said, like I see like 10% of students actually have tutoring, I think, like outside of school.
Really?
Yeah, like me, I have extra tutoring outside of school, because like maybe it's because most students think that they're already okay, but then like my mom and dad want me to like extend what's to what's better, so then like I take extra tutoring classes outside of school.
I mean, like I saw a lot of tutoring like services offered with like AP and IB classes. I actually went to one of them.
Well, like do most kids take tutoring as in like art and design, or like do they take the normal academics?
No, like there is no tutoring offered for like art and design. It's not like a graded thing, it's like a pass fail sort of thing. So yeah, like most people really just take tutoring for maths or for the sciences, unless like you're going to like a university in Vietnam and you're majoring in the humanities, and I think you have to take tutoring in your last year, in your senior year, for you know, the national entrance exam, which is, I mean, it's a pain, but you have to.
Going back to like 2019 2020, how was like your online learning experience in TDN?
It's sort of like both stressful and like not stressful at the same time. I mean, I didn't get to see my friends, which was like it was pretty lonely, I guess. Like I was just sitting at home on the sofa with like my laptop just in front of my face every day.
So like other than that, how did it affect like your relationships with your family, friends, or like teachers as well?
I mean, teachers, like I barely remember who taught me in like 10th grade because of like everyone had their camera off. Like, and I couldn't really meet them or talk to them or ask them for any assistance. And we don't really use email, which is really weird. Like the teachers don't use email. So we use Messenger, and some of the teachers just have their Facebook on private, so you can't really text them. And then it's basically a whole thing, so you just have to kind of like find your way through it. And one of my closest friends in our friend group in 9th grade, she didn't make it into TDN because of like the no testing and like you use your GPA. It's a whole thing. So yeah, she didn't make it into TDN, and she had to study in a different school like all by herself, and like that made me really sad. I couldn't see her, and like knowing that she's not in my class anymore, like, and like I was just wondering, like, are we going to be as close as we were? So the online learning was pretty tough on my relationship.
How about what happened back when you went back to school?
Well, I mean, I saw my friends again, which is cool, but it was just at the time where like you were meeting new people because it was in 10th grade. So it was pretty awkward. Like you did like a whole semester together online, so no one knows each other. And like we had to struggle to like actually get to know each other, and that sort of awkward vibe is still here, even though like I'm a rising senior now. And I couldn't really get close to a lot of people in my class, and most of my friends are past friends. Because of COVID.
Then how about at school? Like do most students when are like the times for these tests?
Like the intervals?
How many times it happens, like a year?
It depends on the subject, but I think we have 3 different types of tests. So 15 phút, which is 15-minute, it's like a quiz. 45 phút, which is sort of like a midterm, and then like a final. So finals happen like every single semester, so we have 2 finals every year. 15 phút is like the ones that are most frequent. I think for some subjects, like the core ones, like math, literature, English, you have 4 a year. Sorry, no, 4 a semester. And I think for your major, like it depends on your major as well. You also have to have like more tests, or there are some subjects where they grade you separately on listening, reading, speaking, things like that. It's I mean, there's a lot of tests, but it's not like every knowledge that you know needs to be applied to like one test, you know what I mean?
Because like it's weird, our tests are mostly like over a very long period of time. Like even like the shortest ones, like I think the shortest one is probably like the map testing, which is like you don't have a time limit, but then like it has to be done in like around 2 hours for like 2 periods. For that, it's like you do the test, and then like they'll stop you at whatever question they think that they've assessed you enough at. Like it's a machine. But then like for like the actual assessments, like writing like the essays and stuff, it's normally like over like a few weeks. So like the students would have a lot of time to plan, to write, and to like revise as well. Because like I think our school like focuses a lot on like preparing us for like college, like writing and stuff. And then like the standardized testing, like we also have it similar to you, like around an hour, like, but then that's only for like math and science major a lot of the time. At school, are there any like cheating experiences that you hear? I'm sure there's a lot, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't want to say this because people think like chuyên, like a specialized school is like all really good kids.
Because like our school, we focus a lot about writing. So like some kids try to be smart and like use like Quillbot. You know what that is? Like the paraphrasing
tool.
And then like they actually get caught a lot of the time, because like teachers have like adapted to like the mode, like most students cheat, so like they have to use like we call it like a site, what's it called, works cited, where like you cite your stuff, like you cite your sources, and if you don't cite your sources, like when you put it into like when you turn it in, and there's like this app actually called Turn It In, where like it checks if you copied it from anywhere.
Oh really?
And then like students also use like ChatGPT and stuff, which can be caught by that machine.
Like I heard like the paraphrasing tool, it can be like detected by the AI like detectors and things.
Okay, so moving on to the next subject, we have like marking schemes. So I've actually never gotten a 10 before, because our school marks up to an 8.
Oh, okay.
The IB system is like there's 4 different criteria. So there's like 1, 2, which is the beginning, 3, 4, which is developing, 5, 6, which is demonstrating, and then like 7, 8, which is like extending, like you're doing more than you have to do. And so your school like marks from 1 to 10, right?
No, it's 0 to 10, even though like I don't know anyone who has actually gotten 0. I know that AP does it differently though. Like it's like I don't know how in class is, because I don't study AP officially, but like I know it's like the final, like the AP exam is from a 0 to 5, because I took the AP. But yeah, like in my school, like in national curriculums, it's on a 0 to 10. So it's just like how many questions you get right, or how many you get wrong, and they will count your score based on that.
Do you think that's like as effective as the ABCD thing, or no?
It's difficult to say, because like it depends on what you're looking for, right? Like if you're looking to develop students like professionally, or prepare them for college and develop their critical thinking skills and other soft skills that you really can't get, then the strands would definitely work better. But if you're testing on like the knowledge or the how much they learned, then I think the standardized one would work better.
Then like personally, what do grades mean for you?
It means I get into college, and it also means, I guess, like how much I know about that subject. It's not like a thing where I take too seriously. Like a lot of students don't take it seriously. like we don't really emphasize perfect grades that much anymore. But it's definitely still important to maintain like a good average, good GPA.
Yeah. I think it's the same in our school as well. We're not like that different, but then like the thing is like some students are like, you know, like the sport kids, like they focus more on sport and then they don't do that much in like classes and stuff. And like so our school, I think they emphasize more on like, I don't know, most teachers emphasize more on like reflecting on how you progress and stuff. How was your lowest score experience when you first felt it?
I think the lowest score I've ever got in my career was a 4.
Oh, okay.
It was on a...
Not that bad. 4 out of 10.
Okay. It was on a math test. Okay, so the math teacher that we had in 9th grade, he wanted to test us on like really hard stuff. Yeah. So basically everyone got a 4. Like it was like a miracle if you got like an 8.
It's pretty interesting because like our school, we had an art teacher who was like a pretty bad one. And then she didn't know, like she was new to the IB system. Yeah. So like when we finished, like everybody got into 3, like a 3 out of 8. So like most students were like discouraged. They didn't want to learn. But then like the teacher just didn't know how to grade.
Well, I mean, like in my opinion, like I thought like you had to be really well versed in like the IB system or how to grade if you wanted to teach in the IB system. Like for a school like yours, like ISHCMC, I would say like you would have to be very professional or something.
Yeah, most teachers are professional. Like for example, like my math teacher, he's like a great teacher because he teaches in a way that like he helps the student learn more about like his story and stuff. Yeah, like he shares stories about like as an example, and like it's really entertaining to listen. Shout out Mr. Mount. And then what we do in class is like we have more activities, and then like it's more fun in general when like we learn as a class and like we laugh as a class and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, that sounds cool because like do you guys have like strict rules on how to bond with like teachers?
No, not really, but like most kids, they like, I don't know, like have a boundary around them. Like we don't necessarily like go get coffee in the weekends and stuff.
I mean,
but like yeah,
like for me, like going to get coffee with a teacher, it's actually pretty common.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Tai Tian. He was my Tai Tian was my homeroom teacher in 7th grade, and I still get coffee with him. I asked him to write my recommendation, things like that. But yeah, like it's professional, but like it's also like fun. It's also personal. It's not like a creepy thing or something, but it's like a bonding experience, and it makes the students feel closer and more safe with the teachers, I think. Yeah.
So moving on to like a more, I don't know, serious thing. So at your school, are there like a lot of facilities for the development of like students and stuff? Like for example, not only like facilities like as in gyms, libraries and stuff like that, but also like as in counseling or like talking with your advisor like about like stuff that's happening or any of that?
I don't want to bad talk this school because it really is a wonderful school and they're making like a lot of progress. We have like libraries, of course. We also have something sort of a gym, I guess.
Yes.
It's like a room, but it's more of like a room like in that movie Harry Potter where it's under the stairs.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have like aerobics or like martial arts class in that room. But when it comes to counseling, advising, we don't really have that.
Yeah.
We have a counseling room, and usually no one's in there.
Yeah.
Like it's just unused. So I guess like as a psychology student, I feel like mental health and like counseling, it's very not focused on at my school. And students are sort of just left to like fend for themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of students like get their resilience and like grow from like the traumatic experiences that they go through. But I wish that there was more like effort towards counseling and mental health.
Because like I think our school focuses a lot on like the mental health and like well-being of students, how they feel at school. So like there's actually, I mean, like I've never met somebody who's actually like used it before, but then like I've heard like some people drop in here and there and like say hi to the counselors and like go in and then like talk with them about whatever. And there's like 2 counselors, and like the school has to promote it every week.
Yeah.
Because like to get more students in or something. It's not really like a big thing at your school, right?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's not at all. Do you guys have like college counselors as well, or is it just like mental
I think
health?
we do have college counselors. Do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Then does that mean like you go to like outside of school organizations and stuff?
Yeah. A lot of students do, because like we don't really have people that like guide us like for college. Sometimes you just ask around, or you ask your homeroom, and like they'll tell you what they know, but there's no department or like no person specializing in college advising. So yeah, a lot of students go to like American Study or something. Yeah.
Okay, enough serious talk. We're near at the end here, so let's continue with our game. For the next mini game we're gonna do, it's gonna be quite similar. So for this one we're gonna do prejudices, like what we think about the other schools, and then let's write it down, raise it up, see if it's true. The first one, it's gonna be about teachers, and then after that is gonna be about students.
Okay.
Okay. Teachers first.
Okay.
Okay. On the count of 3, raise it. 3, 2, 1. So what I wrote was public school teachers are strict.
It really just depends on the teacher. Like I know a lot of teachers that I don't know, like play games with students in class, or like teachers, like I said, like the homeroom teacher I had, like who actually creates personal relationships with students and help them with things that outside of school. So, but then of course, like there are the really old teachers that are just, they need to retire. So they're really angry all the time. And like they're really strict about it. So yeah, like aren't there like also like really strict or professional teachers in your school?
So like I said, like most teachers are pretty professional, I think. But then like some of them stand out to me, like they don't know what they're teaching about. They just base it on like the curriculum, whatever like the past teacher did, or they wrote about on like the courses. So we actually use this app at school. I don't know if like it was personally made for our school, but then like on there we have our timetable, like our courses what we're learning on that day, our reports and stuff like that. Does that is that frequent at your school?
Is it like turn it in, or like Canvas?
No, like an app where like students know what they're learning and
I think we have something called Viet School, which is like it also has your timetable. It has how many offenses you've taken. And it has your grades as well. But like it's not like a learning resource. It's for you to track your progress. But
Okay. So the next one is gonna be about students and also subjects.
Okay. Students and subject in like one.
Maybe like I don't know, students being good at a subject or not being good at a certain subject.
Okay.
Okay. On the count of 3, let's raise it up to the camera again. 3, 2, 1. So what I wrote was public school students are great at theory at their school.
I mean, yeah, it's what we're taught mostly. But you know, there are some students that strive to be different or just grow in a different direction, and they focus more like me, like they focus more on college or learning things that are not like in school, like psychology, arts, business. We don't even have a business class.
How about in terms of like assessments and stuff? like testing. Like what I meant was like for like math, for example, they might know the theory, but then the application is also kind of not really taught. Or for English, they might know a lot of grammar stuff, but then they can't like speak or maybe write well sometimes. Is that true? Or
I mean, like, I speak good. I hope so.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to math, then you are taught to like how to apply the formulas, but you're not really taught like the inherent meaning of it. You know what I mean? Like,
where does it come from and stuff like that?
Like I think in AP calculus, they're taught like how calculus has come about and like what it actually means to study calculus. But we're just taught like, oh, do this, you know. And when it comes to English, I really agree that we should focus more on like writing and like skills instead of just grammar.
Because like I think most if not all of like the public school students are better at grammar generally than international school students, because like we work more on like the application process of things like writing or like speaking, for example. That's why like my speaking is okay, I guess, because like we use it a lot at school, and then like we try to make it some general. Like I mean, like the English tests at my school are mostly multiple choice, so I've had like a question where they have like a blank and they give you 4 options. So all 4 options are like synonyms. And you have to like know which synonym to use for that specific context. So I think like most students in our school, like in my grade, probably don't even know what an adverb is. But like they still get good grades. So to end off this thing, what are some goals you want to achieve next year?
I definitely want to go to college. That's like the first thing in my mind right now. I want to grow more of my organizations or do more good in the community. I feel like that's a big thing for me. And just I don't know, like live a better life or more healthy, because I need more sleep.
Great. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again next week.